Police Chief Jim Kruger in Oak Brook with an update.
President Dr. Gopal Amalani and also Kane County Board Member Mr. Pete DeCiani. DuPage County, what did I say? Sorry. Approximately 5:44 p.m., as I had stated before, we had two individuals involved in a gunfight that occurred in the hallway near Ann Taylor, near the Nordstroms. At which point, besides one of the potential suspects being hit by gunfire, three victims were also struck by gunfire. At my prior press conference, I had mentioned that we didn't know if that was ricochet fire or not, but now it's been ascertained that those individuals were shot directly by gunfire. The victims that we have that are being treated at the hospital is we have one that is a potential suspect, a male in his 30s that was shot 3 to 4 times and underwent surgery, and it's our understanding that he's come out of surgery at this point. We have two females in their 40s that were each shot one time, one female in her 20s shot one time, and one female in her 20s that had an ankle fracture as she was running away from the scene. We did recover two weapons, two pistols. One is a 9mm. I don't have information on the second one yet at this time. We do, as I had mentioned before, have the two people in custody and one potentially still at large. At this time, the mall is cleared by SWAT and by law enforcement from approximately Nordstrom's to what the mall calls the Village Green, where there's movies on the green. If I had to guess, that would probably be about a third of the mall is now secured. Also at this time, we are notifying anybody that we are put together a family reunification site at the Marriott Hotel directly across 22nd Street from the mall, just to the south of here. That's all the additional information that I have at this time. If you have any questions.
The male who was shot, he was one of the shooters. He was actually partaking in this.
That's what we believe at this time.
The second person who was in custody, was that the other shooter?
No, that was a companion with the other shooter.
So the second shooter is still at large?
That's the individual that we're looking at or looking for, and that's the person that I mentioned that was wearing a large blue puffy coat.
And to be clear, the three women who were shot, nothing to do with this incident, innocent bystanders?
That's the information I have at this time.
How unfortunate is that?
It's just very, the only thing I will say is that law enforcement and emergency services were there immediately and were able to mitigate this situation as quick as we could.
Can you characterize the injuries to the women?
Just that they're non-life-threatening. I don't have the exact injuries at this time.
You know the hospital that they were taken?
They're at Good Samaritan Hospital in Downers Grove. Is where the gunshot victims were transported, and the individual with the ankle fracture was transported to Elmhurst Hospital.
All 4 gunshot victims have been saved?
That's correct.
Is there any indication yet as to what caused this confrontation?
No, just it appears just from the video and not through any questioning yet is whether or not the two individuals were known to each other, but that's only just very limited information at this time.
Describe what the video shows?
I'm sorry?
Can you describe what the video shows?
No, not at this time.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
Well, I don't have a direct count, and of course that's going to take the forensic evidence. We have had some bystanders that have reported to police that there may have been as many as 12 to 15, but we don't have anything to be able to substantiate that yet at this time. We do have a photo from the mall video system that we'll be releasing. That would be the one that we have. That's correct.
Again, you can't tell us where on the body the 3 women were shot?
No, I don't have that information yet.
Where was the male being shot?
I don't have that information. Just the number of shots. That's what I have.
Just to clarify, it's kind of hard to hear. 2 females in their 40s shot. Where were they shot?
I don't have the information about where on their person where they were shot.
One female in her 20s, and no information about where she was shot either?
That's correct.
One time for her?
Yes.
How many times for the other 2 females?
Once.
As you're clearing the wall, as your officers are clearing the wall, any word about how people are reacting, having sheltered in place?
No, I don't have any direct information from the SWAT team members yet or have gotten any reports. We're just trying to have people as the stores are cleared to try to exit as quick as possible and get to their vehicles. And we have officers out on the perimeter that are assisting them to escort them to their vehicles in safety.
So, obviously, many apartments are here.
Yes.
How did that come together?
We utilize both the ILEAS, the Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System, and we're able to put out a third alarm which deploys 30 law enforcement agencies. So we have that, as along with officers from the DuPage County Sheriff's Office, the Kane County Sheriff's Office, the Illinois State Police, and we have our merit investigators, our merit evidence technicians, and also our merit SWAT team, and also we've also are getting assistance from the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to assist with firearms tracing and also shell casing tracing.
Is it clear at this point whether the mall's going to be open tomorrow for business?
That I don't know yet at this time.
Offenders are male, over the age of 18, all three are adult males.
That's correct.
What's going on with the SWAT team? Are they done on the effort side?
No, they're still clearing. Like I mentioned before, there's probably about a third of the mall has been cleared yet at this time.
Do you still think that the shooter could be in there somewhere?
I don't want to speculate with that yet. We are getting reports from around the area too, on investigating on whether or not, and looking for information from any of the residential areas in the area if they see anything on their surveillance cameras and so forth too that could assist us.
So the victim in the 30s was shot, was a shooter himself.
That's what we believe at this time, but
The other person in custody was a shooter also?
we believe that he was a bystander with not a bystander, but a companion of one of the two shooters.
Chief, you've got two
And
shooters
how old is that
and
individual?
Three individuals, that's correct.
And
How
one
old
was a
is the-
companion who was not a shooter.
That's correct.
But that person is in custody.
Yes.
How old?
Just a male in his 20s is all I have at this time.
We have video of someone getting arrested in a blue puffy jacket. I take it that must have been the companion.
That-
He's wearing it?
Yes, the one that was taken into custody on the scene was the companion, as far as we know at this
And
time.
he was dressed in a blue puffy
Yes.
jacket.
And the person at large is believed to be the second shooter.
Yes.
Does the
What were you saying
president
about
want to say
hotel?
anything? This is Oak Center. This is
Yeah,
crown jewel of
for those who may not know me, I'm Gopal Lal Malani. I'm the mayor of the village of Oak Brook. I'm so proud of the good work that our police officers of Oak Brook, as well as the surrounding communities, as well as DuPage community board member is here as well. We are working together to solve this issue. This is really something that we didn't expect, even though things have been happening all around town, and we are concerned about all the crazy things that are happening around town. But certainly this took us by surprise. But our police officers acted quickly and responsibly, and they made whatever arrests that they could. And my sympathy and my prayers go to those who were injured. Actually, luckily there's no casualties here, and I'm so happy that things have been taken care of. And
you see in your community, I mean, this is 2 days before Christmas, the crown jewel.
yeah, it's really sad. And my concerns and my prayers go to all of those who are affected. And the timing is bad, and certainly it's not something that we expected.
Say your name and spell
Sure.
it again.
Yeah,
Spell your name first and last.
Lal Malani, Dr. Lal Malani, Lalmalani. Thank you.
I would like to add that DuPage County is always a county that prides itself on safety as a top priority, and a lot of our violent crime has been coming in from the east. We have a state's attorney that often does not prosecute the crime as she should. I can tell you that these offenders, speaking on behalf of our state's attorney, will be fully prosecuted. And we need to send a message that we don't tolerate this kind of crime in our county. As a former mayor, right next door, I saw my police officers helping out this community, and we could have had casualties. Today we didn't, thankfully, but we cannot allow this to happen in our county and in our fine village of Oak Brook. We pride ourselves on safety, and we will keep that pride and fully fund our officers as we have been and support our officers. We got a chief that's a professional. We had a phenomenal response quickly. Merritt, ILEAS, Oak Brook, all of our communities came together to take this on. 4 SWAT teams are here today to make this as efficient as possible. So we take the crime very seriously, and we will not tolerate this crime. And we will fully prosecute these individuals.
Where did this suspects come from?
Chief, do you
sorry?
have any idea where they came from?
The suspects in custody, where are they from?
I don't have that information at this time.
Who takes the lead in coordinating activity? Who sends who where, that kind of thing? Do you have?
It's our command post, and it's our command staff that are directing our resources with assistance from all the surrounding agencies.
Obviously, there's all kinds of training that you undergo. Is this one of those things that you train?
Yeah, actually, we frequently train, especially at Oak Brook Center, because we're concerned about this and always want to make sure it's safe, and that we've worked and had some large-scale exercises early Sunday mornings when no one's around, so that we can train for incidents such as this. So I am completely proud of my officers and their response, and know that they're well prepared for an incident such as this. We hope that it never happens, but obviously we're ready when it does, and can ensure the community that the Oak Brook Police Department is going to be here for them.
Chief, can you tell us what the plan is for tomorrow, as shoppers will return tomorrow? I'm assuming security is going to be heightened again. What are you going to have in the works just to make sure that shoppers are safe?
Well, certainly once Oak Brook Center and Brookfield Properties makes the decision on where they want to go from here, we'll be there to support them, and we'll have officers in the mall. Obviously, as we are conducting this search with the several SWAT teams and making entry, and certainly there are times where they have to use force to make entry, that there may be some things to clean up. So I'd leave that up to the mall management on whether or not and what time they'll be opening.
Board member, County Board member, can you get your name one more time, please?
Peter DiCianni, D-I, capital C-I-A-N-N-I. I'm a DuPage County Commissioner representing the 2nd District. I'm the former mayor of the city of Elmhurst.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Can you do this again?
We'll try sometime.
You have been listening to a press conference by Oak Brook Police in DuPage County.